Hello and welcome to the Average Tabletop Gamers. On this episode we're going to be reviewing Trial by Trolley from Cyanide and Happiness. Hello! Welcome to the Average Tabletop Gamers. I'm Ben.
I'm Ian.
Hello, Gary.
And as we said just moments ago, we're going to be reviewing this game, Trial by Trolley by Cyanide and Happiness.
The derailed edition from
Kickstarter.
Jinx. This is a game myself and Sven backed as part of our ongoing Kickstarter addiction. Having got Joking Hazard, however long ago Joking Hazard came out. And if you've watched our other video by now, you'll have seen we've had a playthrough of several rounds of it, so we've seen how it played. It was good. It was a fun, I guess, party game.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of mates together.
If you haven't watched it yet, the review, look, the playthrough is around here somewhere, and if that's not there, then our review of Joking Hazard when we did it ages ago will be around here somewhere as well.
Nice.
Our camera monkey will sort it out.
Nice. So this is out for retail, and the retail price is £25.
So not everything here you would
Not
get.
so I backed the Kickstarter exclusive, which got me everything, but the base game doesn't include these components. So the base game would get you the board, it gets you some tokens, and it gets you 3 decks of cards that you will have seen us use in our video playthrough.
But if you back Kickstarter,
if you back it, you get an additional Trial by Trolley expansion. You get nice little tokens that you've already seen, but let's think you haven't. And you get 3 additional packs. At least one of these is for Joking Hazard itself, so they're backing their own game in there. A couple of extra packs of cards for the actual main game for Trial by Trolley.
So if you back the Kickstarter edition, well done you.
Or if you can find it online somewhere, because you know these things are existing around.
Or let's be honest, in your friendly local
Gaming store.
because some of them will have backed the Kickstarter themselves and will have Kickstarter exclusive copies for sale.
Or you'll get the very late things, like late Kickstarter things that are coming about these days.
Enough of all of that.
Enough frivolity.
Let's discuss frivolity.
Yes. And that's what this game's about. It's a frivolous...
So it's based on the psychological experiment of the trolley. I can't remember the Trial by Trolley, I'm assuming, or something along those lines, where there are 2 lines of people on a trolley track, and you have to decide between them which ones you're going to kill. You know, you've got no choice. You have to kill one and save the others, and it's justifying it. The trolley problem. It's quite famous psychologically. And this just takes that and expands it through humour.
Yeah, and actually trying to
do an interesting thing.
Yeah.
We've made this terrible philosophical problem really humorous, but it is really fun.
And then it really comes down to one card, like one person going, "It's the Batmobile," to the massive Batman fan. If you drive the trolley over it, you lose the Batmobile.
However, you need to get over it. You may, if you check out the video, you may find out one of us lost really badly.
And he's fine. He's
We're not going to tell you
about it.
who that was. It's a really interesting mechanic. It retails
It plays a lot like Joking Hazard in that you're trying to tell a little story with the cards.
And it feels like a little bit of Cards Against Humanity come into it as
well.
Yeah,
so you know there are some
it's kind of
touchy subjects highlighted in the cards. You know, there is violence, there's illusions of sexual violence,
dinosaurs.
racism.
Lots of dinosaurs.
There's illusions of dinosaurs. There's not illusions of dinosaurs.
There
there's
are
actual
dinosaurs.
And violence, you know, and the concept of the game is a violent one as well. So just be aware of that. You know, it's not the kind of thing to buy little 10-year-old Tommy for his birthday.
I think the game is actually rated as 14 and up.
The rear of the card has blood-spattered bodies to represent the things that you've mowed down.
So it would be like Joking Hazard or like Cards Against Humanity. Just be mindful of that if you're thinking about who you're actually buying.
Don't get out as the Christmas family game to play with now.
No.
I mean, unless your
man's like that.
But in terms of it itself, it's really, really simple. It is fun, as you say. A few cheeky schnifters may help with the playing.
Beer and pretzels kind of game.
Beer and pretzels.
It was done in half an hour. We played the 3. I think bigger teams, more people. You play a bit longer. There's a few variants in the rules that let you try and mix it up a bit and get something else out of it.
I can see where they might go with this, things like Boss Monster and Cards Against Humanity do lots of spin-offs and additions, so I can certainly see more packs like this or boxes like this where you can expand on the game as well.
And it's simple things like, obviously, with Cyanide and Happiness being American based, a lot of the the in-jokes, a lot of the things in there are quite heavily American
High
biased.
school, the prom queen.
You could spin this off to country biases.
We live in a big world now with lots of information, so I didn't find any of the references.
There was none of them you were going, what?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all
We're globalised enough to appreciate.
My only issue is the price. I think it's a little pricey. I'd have liked to have seen it £5 cheaper.
So if you take away
all the extras and the extra box artwork, and the artwork is lovely because it's Cyanide and Happiness. It really feels really nice. But I think £25 is £5 too much. Okay. Personally speaking.
Considering that's what you would pay for Cards Against Humanity, and you probably get a similar amount of cards, there's an argument for and against.
So I think, I guess this is more a question for you rather than me saying, I think what you're trying to say is are all games of this ilk overpriced then? Or do you feel this is expensive even compared to them?
I bought Boss Monster, and I felt, and much as it's a little bit cheaper, and it's got a lot of playability and a lot of versatility to it, and there's a lot more you can do with it, I still feel some elements of that were a little bit overpriced, because ultimately there's a lot of just basic card stock.
I mean, you'll probably get this cheaper from your friendly local shop.
Absolutely. You know, there's always bargains to be had out and about. But you know, we are looking at a retail price.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. I look at the. So I don't think I fully disagree with you, but I think it's for this type of game that's what you pay. Unfortunately.
I agree. I agree that that style of beer and party game has crept up a few quid. You know, I remember buying my copy of Cards Against Humanity some years ago now, and it being less than £20 retail.
Yeah.
Whereas now it isn't less than £20 retail.
So
you know, there is a creep in the marketplace. It is to be expected. That's the way the world is. You know, that 1% have got to sort themselves out somehow.
Oh, well, we did in our game.
We totally sorted it out.
One of the ways I look at this, and it's a way that I will always, it's not a justification, it's not to make it work in my head. I think, if I play this over an evening, what would I spend on an evening out?
Absolutely.
And when you start looking at that, if I spent £25 we're local to Newcastle, to be honest, I couldn't get to and from Newcastle for £25 to go for an evening's drinking, for example, if I was going to go out socialising with friends. So when I look at it that way, actually the value's not that bad. So it's how we compartmentalise it and think of, well, how does it mean to me? And I always use that as my, am I going to get something out of it? And my own issue with it is a touch of longevity. But
that's exactly what I was going to come down to, yeah.
But I think it's one of those where it's a game where you'll get it out, you'll play it and love it, you might play it a couple of weekends later, it'll go into a cupboard, but when you get it back out again, it'll be like, oh, I remember this, and you'll play again.
Yeah, I think it would, if it was the kind of game where you went, oh, we're just going to play it over and over and over again, it would very quickly go, oh, it's that combination of cards again, and I know that this, it would lose its shine very quickly.
Yeah.
In the way that Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. And all those games need a damn good shuffle before you play.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, there's not a lot more we can say about it really. The game mechanic works really well. You get a series of cards that you put out to make it interesting, exciting, fun. Know your opponent, like, you know, we've just talked about the battle.
Getting ganged up on by your friends.
And do you know what? That's fine. That's okay. Because I didn't go to a school where everyone got a sticker. Someone won.
We don't condone bullying.
Okay.
No, we're not condoning it.
We're not condoning it at all. So as a game, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and I think it's one of those where people will get this out. You know, young people enjoy it, older people enjoy it, and I think just any gamer will roll this out as just a bit of a fun play game as well.
I enjoyed it. It is a good game. As I say, I think it's just a few quid too many for me to invest in, but I don't have to because we've got 2 coppers between us.
Yeah, exactly.
So overall,
I'm very happy with it. I will continue to back. If Cyanide and Happiness and any other games they're looking at, you know, they'll probably get my backing on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I will continue to play them after they get delivered to you.
And I will enjoy sharing them with the group.
Really nice, simple game. Really nice, simple design. pretty good overall. It's not going to blow your socks off, but
if you are a beer and pretzels kind of gaming group, then it's another one to add to that collection with things like Joking Hazard and Cards Against Humanity, and You've Got Crabs and that kind of party style of game. So thanks for joining us. That's been our review. If you want to go and have a look at the playthrough that we did, it's going to be here again, and same with the Joking Hazard review. We'll put that here somewhere like that.
scrolling somewhere along here, our technical wizard will be putting our social media channels. So have a look at us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And for the second time this year, like, share, subscribe, notify.
That's the bell thing.
That's the bell thing.
That's the bell thing.
Yeah.
And the subscribe, I think there'll be a button that actually says subscribe on it.
It does.
I've been learning social media.
You've
This
been
is
learning
what
it.
it
We
is.
don't let him talk often.
We don't know about often.
So thanks again for joining us. Tell your friends if you like what we do. Tell us if you don't. Comment below if there are any good beer and pretzel kind of games that you think we should look at.
Yep.
Or anything else, in fairness. Let us know what kind of content you want to see. Other than that, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
See you.
Okay.
You've got to leave this in.